Bullshit, no time. Free rail, he'll be back in no time. Get money, flip bricks in no time. Dex tripping on the bitch, no time. Amount of time I got for bullshit, no time. Free rail, he'll be back in no time. Get money, flip bricks in no time. Dex tripping on the bitch, no time. Get money, get dollars, bruh. Scrooge McDuck, bang, don't misuse your luck. Fuck the income, I do it for the outcome. I'm in it for the long run. Think about it, then hit the weed and think about it. Like Gutter say, nigga, we gon' see about it. My nigga just got hit, I'm waiting on the word. I pray to God he pulled through for the family sake.
What's up?
What's poppin'? Alright, man, we're gonna try something new. I'm gonna do the behind the camera interview part for this part of the interview because I wanted to stay focused on Miss Angie here. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit the like, the subscribe, the notification bell. And if you got comments, put in the comments below, man. We're doing something new here. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. If you like it, hit the like button. Let us know you like it. Make comments. You'll also be able to follow up on Miss Angie has just started a YouTube channel that centers around art, but she's open to go wherever it goes on her channel. So I will be posting a link for that channel on my description for some of these videos. And you guys can hit the link, go subscribe, go follow, all the extras. So now back to our story. You were in the pub. Your friend had come up missing. You're frantic because your husband was going to be upset with you. And you don't know what you're going to do, but the band member that you thought was so fine approaches you and says he knows where your friend is.
Yes, this is exactly what was going down. So he tells me, you know, hop in my truck. I'll take you down to where she's at. I just felt like I didn't have a choice, so I got in his truck and we cruised down Auburn Boulevard.
Oh.
This is where, in my mind, all the hookers go. And that's where they walk the streets and they make their money. Well, you know, next thing I know, we're at a hotel. We go inside, and I'm scared half to death because I really just didn't know what was happening. I'm preparing myself for a fight in my mind.
Right.
I'm ready to defend myself, kick, fight, scream, do whatever. Because, you know, here's this guy. I don't know him. I mean, you know, I was attracted to him and whatnot, but I'm married, and I'm going to keep it that way, you know?
That's right.
So, anyway, I walk in with him, and there's my friend, butt naked, with another band member, doing her thing, and I'm just like, okay. So me and this dude go in the bathroom of the hotel room, and we wait until she's done with whatever,
right.
Okay? And it was hideous, and so next thing I know, we're driving home, and, you know, thank God I got out of that situation. It was kind of scary, but come to find out, she had given him money and basically told him to try to be with me.
Wow. And
she would pay. Yeah, I was like, God. She was kind of a messed up individual. So what happened was, the next morning, I'm hungover, mind you, and my husband comes in the room and says, hey, the sheriff is here and they want to talk to you about the two dudes at the hotel last night. Your friend saying that she was raped and that you were the witness. Oh! I said, no, that's not how it went down. But here I was, my husband, you know, he doesn't know that I was at a hotel, and he's probably going, what's going on?
Right.
Well, anyhow, just crazy stuff like that.
So your friend made an accusation.
She did.
Which you obviously witnessed wasn't to be true.
Oh, yeah.
And you obviously cleared the band members' names.
Yes.
Or the gentlemen's names. I don't know if the other guy was a band member as well, but the gentlemen's names.
Yes.
Which is a good thing. Thank you very much. There's too many people that have been falsely accused of crimes in general that get sentenced and do time behind people deciding, oh, I'm not going to be your boyfriend, so you raped me. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what was your husband's reaction to this situation?
Well, surprisingly, he just kind of kept quiet. he stuffs things. He
Right.
keeps his stuff inside. He wasn't really angry with me.
Right.
He just wanted to hear what happened. I
Okay.
told the truth, and he kind of knew that I'm like all about the truth. I'm very truthful.
Right. That's good.
Painfully so. Almost to my demise. Like, really.
Hey,
Sometimes I need to learn how to just zip it because I'll tell the truth.
I'll take honesty over ability any day.
I'm terrible with it. So, but anyhow, that was just one of those stories.
Right.
And it was an impressionable one that stayed with me. Well, later on, she ended up, I hung out with her and we partied a lot. We would go to Santa Cruz, we'd meet dudes. Never ever did I ever once cheat. Like
Right.
physically get intimate with another man while I was married to my husband.
Right.
But I would pose and take pictures with dudes and, especially band members.
Right.
I was a little groupie, okay? Well, this girl told my husband that I was cheating on him and all this. And she was mad at me for kind of telling the truth
Right.
and not having her back of her story.
Okay.
And so it was weird. Months later, her and I were doing drugs, meth, okay? Because I wanted to be skinny. And my husband told me, you need to lose a few pounds. And I weighed all of like 120,
Mm.
and he was on me like that. And I'm like, yeah, he was like that. So I was very insecure about my weight. And so that was what led me to my doctor giving me diet pills.
Okay.
And then she's like, oh, you don't need to do diet pills. I got something way better. And then so that was when I was introduced to doing crank or meth or whatever. So I was using that
Right.
to try and lose weight. Well, I actually was with her and a drug dealer, and we were, I swear we'd been up for like 4 days. And I was really hallucinating. And I was like, I'm not getting high anymore. I don't like this. Like, I'm not feeling the high. I need more. Well, this guy gave me a big chunk. And he said, don't snort it. Smoke it.
Right.
So here I was, and I'm like, okay. And I'm so dumb, and I'm doing this, I'm doing it. And I end up smoking this whole rock. And I'm so whacked out of my brain. And my body is tingling everywhere. And my heart was pounding. I'm hallucinating. And I told this guy, I said, I'm not feeling good. I need to go to the hospital. Now, I told him to call 911. I said, let's drive to the gas station, because we didn't have cell phones back then. I said, let's go to the gas station and call 911 because I'm not feeling right.
Right.
And I let him drive my car. I had a really, like a sporty Chevy Beretta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I had. And I owned that thing. My husband bought it for me.
Right.
Yeah. A red Chevy Beretta. So he, oh my gosh, this chick actually went out and bought a car almost just like mine because she wanted to be like me so much.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not going to say her name, of course.
No,
but,
that's fine.
But she was just scandalous as could be. I'm telling you. And I trusted the wrong individual. And then one day, so I OD'd. I overdosed.
That night?
Oh yeah, that night. And what happened was he dropped me off at the ER and took my car.
Oh.
Because he didn't want to get caught.
For you being under the
And he was a drug dealer.
Right.
So he just like, yeah, get out, go. So, they ended up calling my husband. Well, that was the straw that broke the camel's back with the husband.
Right.
Well, a few days later, after they'd let me out of the hospital, I stayed with my mother-in-law. She was a nurse. She kind of helped me detox and get back to normal, get off of everything and come clean and be sober again. And I was completely sober. And I showed back up to the house, to my husband, our house, and all of a sudden she's there with him. And they both physically attacked me and were beating me. Like I was getting a beat down.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out of there with black eyes, hair missed. I had a big old patch. I have pictures.
Right.
A patch missing out of the top of my head where my hair was yanked out. So I was beat up by both of them, my husband and. So I got in my Beretta.
Oh wait, your husband?
Yes, my husband.
And that girl.
And that girl. They both beat me down.
Okay.
Because whatever she had told him, plus he was mad at me for overdosing on drugs he didn't even know I was using.
Right.
And so, oh yeah, that was when the crap hit the fan, so to say.
Right, absolutely.
So it was over. He took his ring off, he threw it, said we're done, and then beat me with her. Okay. So I was bruised and broken and everything, and I just had a few little clothes in my car, and I remember driving all the way down to Hollister to where my aunt lives, just because I needed somebody.
Right.
Went to my aunt, and she comforted me and gave me love, and just assured me everything was going to be okay. Well, so this particular girl also had introduced to me a lifestyle. Okay. How did this happen? I'm trying to recall. So after this all passed, the beat down. Now, I never wanted to see or talk to this girl ever again in my life. But she was like a sticker that just you couldn't pull out.
Right.
She just wouldn't go away. And I remember, okay, I'm divorcing my husband now, and I'm in an apartment, and she shows up begging for her forgiveness. Please, please, please. And, I'm working at a grocery store in a meat department. That was my job because I left my husband. I had to pay the rent, and so I didn't really know how I was going to make it.
Right.
I didn't have an education. It was just a little old me again. And my son. Now, my son was staying with my husband because really, while I was married, this man had sort of became dad, okay?
Right.
The dad that my son never had.
Mm-hmm.
But he took that role on. And I felt like he was pretty good at it, and my son really liked him. He loved him, and he still to this day calls him, that's who dad is.
Right.
Anyhow, it ended kind of bad. But anyhow, so after it ended, I didn't know how I was going to make a living real good. And so I was working at the grocery store, and I hated it because I smelled like meat. Come home, I hated meat. The smell of it, every night. I couldn't stand it because it was raw meat and that stink. Anyway, she said, well, I know where you can get a better job. I'm going to take you to this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still talking to her, but I'm keeping a healthy distance,
Right.
because I don't trust her,
Of course not.
But I forgave her.
For beating you up with her husband.
Yeah. I'm like, it's cool. It's no big deal.
Too much
whatever.
heart.
Yeah.
Too much heart.
Way too much. So I forgave her, and we're kind of chilling, doing our thing. She takes me to this bar, and it's a topless bar. And these girls are up there on the stage with the pole dancing, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, are you crazy? I am not doing this. There's no way I could ever do this. Well, 1 drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, maybe 4 drinks. Okay, I'll try it. Well, I got up there and I, shook my butt, took off my top,
Right.
and they threw money at me.
Fact.
And a lot of money.
Of course.
And I was hooked. That was all it took. One time.
So your friend introduced you to a topless bar.
Yes.
Which obviously the alcohol released your inhibitions.
Yep.
And you decided to jump up there. But
Yep.
then when you saw the kind of money that can be accomplished,
I didn't care.
then it was like, oh, this is what I'm doing now.
It's like, shoot. I mean, it's just boobs. So what?
Right.
So I'll shake my butt and I'll
Okay.
shake them and I'll get their money.
Okay.
And I'll keep on doing it. And I kept on doing it for 7.5 years.
So you were a topless dancer
Yes.
for 7.5 years.
Cocktail waitress / stripper. Yes.
Wait, so stripper,
Yeah.
okay, so I don't know.
Well, topless dancer.
Okay, topless, okay. So did the topless dancers work the pole as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
so you had to work the pole as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
stripper. Yep.
okay, so.
Came out on stage and danced. I'd have my set of 2
Oh,
songs.
okay, okay.
Yeah, and then when I was done with my set, I'd go around and get my tips, get my money. And then I'd go around and I'd serve cocktails. That's how it was at this club.
Okay. Okay.
And then, they could pay for a private dance too.
Okay. And then they get a private room or just a private dance there,
Just
like
a
lap
private
dance?
lap dance.
Okay.
Lap
Okay,
dance.
cool. Now, so women still wore like bikini bottoms or thongs or whatever else
Yep,
at this
thongs,
place?
thongs,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
Didn't have to take those off. Kept
Right.
those on.
Right. Well, yeah, I think there's only maybe
'Cause-
one club in Sacramento where they take it off at.
It was
I'm not
like
giving no
that-
advertisement to them, but yeah.
Well, because we served alcohol.
Right.
Those clubs where they were fully nude,
Mhm.
they can't serve alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like a juice bar.
Okay. So
But yeah.
so you're stripping.
Mhm.
We'll call it stripping.
Yep,
Topless
stripping.
dancing, whatever, for 7 years.
Yep.
You worked at a topless club for 7 years.
Yes, I did.
There's gotta be something, some kind of story that you witnessed while working there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be entertaining for the fans.
Well, I didn't actually. I wasn't.
Or a private dance that went bad for
God.
a guy.
Oh,
I'm sure these
God.
things happen.
I have so many stories. And as a woman, I truly became severely jaded towards men
Right.
and still see them differently. But
Okay.
I'm a little softer now than I was a few years back. But I was very jaded and
Okay.
had a lot of rage towards men. I did not respect them. I hated them.
Oh, okay.
Hated them.
Okay, so I know that a lot of the subscribers
Yeah.
are going to have this question. So I'm going to ask this
Okay.
question because it's in my head.
Yeah.
There's a certain stigma that
Yeah.
comes with strippers.
Right.
Me personally, I do understand that some women, young females, whatever it may be, know what they can use to get money at that time. And if that's what they can do, that's what they do. They get their money.
Yeah.
However, there are some that go outside of the actual mandates of their career
Oh yes.
and do other things. Now, was that something?
Prostitution.
Yeah. Well, you can call it prostituting.
Yes.
Little money on the side.
Yeah.
They sell themselves
Yes.
sexually
Yes.
for money. Did this ever happen to occur for you? or-
Absolutely.
Okay, so you did end up
Yeah.
crossing the line.
A couple of times. Yes.
But did you keep it in the club, or I mean, obviously, you went outside the club to commit the
Kinda.
act.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But did you stay, or did you ever go
oh,
to
no.
the street with it?
Yeah, no, I never was out in that game. I
Okay.
never went that far.
Right.
But like there was a couple of guys that were my regulars
Right.
at the club.
Right.
Like if they wanted more or something,
Yeah.
then
Okay.
that's where I would cross the line.
Right. Absolutely.
And I knew them from the club. And then there was another guy that I met through the dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
And just that helps for the comments for later. They don't even have to make them because the question's already been answered.
It happens.
Yes.
It's a doorway to
Right.
that
Right.
game and
Exactly.
lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And I was propositioned daily,
Of course.
all day long, every day. And, you know, I would see guys sitting at the tip rail jerking off.
Right. You don't got to say that to your
I
breath.
felt like I wanted to throw up on them.
Absolutely. Like you said, you
Or
were
kick 'em.
jaded, hating men
Yeah, I went
because of the way men acted inside of this club.
And I met so many, and honestly, they're married, they're dignitaries, they're preachers, they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're people with, in the community, okay, who are held in high regard.
Upstanding members.
Oh yes, you have no idea.
Right.
I have stories where, yes, I went to this person's house, okay, and I did things with him that he would never admit to. But I remember him being passed out and I'm thumbing through his wallet and I was just like, wow, okay, I see how it is.
You're
Yeah.
somebody.
Uh-huh.
You're actually somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't take his money though.
Hey, if you
I
did,
took what he gave me,
right,
but
absolutely.
I could have took more and I didn't. I wasn't like that.
That's right. I mean, and that's a good thing because when you do stuff like that, people start to come looking for you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
You know.
No, I was always straight up. I'm always straight
So
up.
you worked there for 7 years. You did your thing.
Yep.
You're paying your bills very well, obviously. From
Yeah.
the way you said
Oh,
the money
yeah.
was made.
Oh yeah, I lived in a 5-bedroom, 2-story house, and I drove a Dodge Stealth.
Oh, okay. Stilts were kind of cheap, kind of pricey when they first came out.
But it was all about, I had payments, and
Right.
I was too busy partying and shopping at
Oh, were you
Nordstrom.
still doing meth at this time?
No.
Okay.
No, once I had that overdose, that cured me.
Okay.
I never did it again. Haven't still.
Good.
To this day. That was the cure.
Absolutely.
Thank
That's
God.
amazing.
I'm telling you, thank you, God.
Absolutely.
Because that is a nasty, terrible drug that absolutely destroys perfectly wonderful people.
Okay, so at what point did you go from I'm a stripper, topless dancer slash drink deliverer, bottle girl, to I don't want to do this anymore?
Well, okay, so during this time, I'm observant, and I see this whole atmosphere, and I know in my heart of hearts that this is not where I want to be 10 years down the road.
Right.
As I'm getting droopy and old and aging, and right? Okay. So, my brain's going, okay, you're gonna have to do something. I decided during that time that I was going to go to school no matter what.
Right.
So I enrolled in school
While you were still stripping?
while I was working. Yes, I did. And I worked every single day. I worked 7 days a week.
Right.
I never had days off. And I went to school from 7 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, for a whole, I think, was it 18 months or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I got an associate's degree
And what?
and became a medical assistant. I also went, in addition to that, I went to school to become a certified nursing assistant. And I also went to like a junior college to become an EMT, emergency medical tech. So all this time that I'm dancing, I'm using that time and that money to go to, I knew that it was, this little party, this gig, that it had an end.
Right.
And it wouldn't be a pretty end.
Right.
And I knew that I needed to do something else, and I needed to strive towards that goal and not let anything deviate
Right.
my goal. And my goal was to get a degree and get a job, a real job,
Right.
where
So the whole time you're using, like you said, you're using this career.
yeah,
It was a career.
Yep.
At that time,
as a stepping
to
stone.
step yourself up to a better career, or to a career that
Yes.
you felt better suited you.
Yes.
You see, because I'm not,
More
I choose
proper.
my words properly. I choose my words carefully because I don't want to offend anyone that has to do what they have to do.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Out there that's watching these videos.
Yeah.
It's not about what you're doing, it's about where you're trying to get to.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And actually, you know what? You really, it's a very personal decision on what you're going to do and how you're going to get there. But, knowing in your heart and your mind that you're going to better yourself, if you have a goal and you want to get out of game or out of that lifestyle where you're exploiting yourself daily, because that's painful.
Right.
It's painful on your soul. Okay? As a woman, I'm telling you, what I experienced, that you become jaded. I don't know about anybody else, but I really did. I was just very hateful, and I had a lot of rage.
Mhm.
And I ended up using a lot of alcohol to sort of suppress those feelings of rage and anger. But boy, alcohol didn't help at all. But what happened was, while I was going, I ended up graduating. I did, and I got myself a job. But reverse, I'm still going, I'm in the club, I'm still dancing. I get in an argument with the owner or the boss, the guy that runs the club,
Mhm.
because he got pervy on me. Now, I had worked, mind you, there, it had been like at least, I worked there at that particular club for 7.5 years.
Right.
Now, he got pervy on me, and it only took one time, and I said, I'm out, I'm gone.
Right.
I'm not going to do this for you, because I hated him.
Right.
And I had a couple of girlfriends who had gone down the road to another club,
Right.
and it was a woman who ran the club, and she was like an old madam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, her name, she's deceased now. Her name's Stella, and she wore a bouffant and everything. I mean, she wore little square dancing skirts, and she was like a madam, and she ran her club, and she was like, "You're gonna play country music? Oh, that's what the men like," you know. But anyway, I left that one club and I went down the street and I was working at this other club. Now, at this other club, there were no bouncers.
Oh.
It was a tiny little hole in the wall, and there was a lot of prostitution running out of that club.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
So, but
So really, she was running it like a madam.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. But she just let the girls do whatever they wanted.
Right.
The girls were their own boss.
But did she get a cut from the money from the prostitutions?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. She just.
So she still only charged you to work at the club as a dancer.
No,
she got her money from that.
Man, that lady was crazy. She would take money out of the till, all the money that was earned from the drinks and stuff, and she'd put it in brown paper bags and put it in the trunk of her car.
Wow.
And that's where she kept it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she had a son that she'd bring with her every day, and he'd sit there and watch you dance. I hated that guy. But anyway, funny story. After, I don't want to jump too far forward and get confusing, but I ended up taking care of her in the hospital when she passed.
Oh, wow.
It was weird.
Well, you did say she handled her business, right? She didn't do anything
She
foul.
said, "Angel, what are you doing in my room? Get out of my room." Because she had a little bit of dementia. She didn't know what was going on.
She knew it was Angel, though.
Yeah, she remembered me.
Okay, so you get your degree in...
Well, I do want to tell a real quick story about how I got out of dancing.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, what happened was one of the girls at the club had been really, really toying with a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And she was messing with him, like taunting with his heart. He thought he could have a relationship with her.
Uh-huh.
And she wasn't. She's just playing with his pocketbook.
Bullshit, no time. Free rail, he'll be back in no time. Get money, flip bricks in no time. Dex tripping on a bitch, no time. Amount of time I got for bullshit, no time. Free rail, he'll be back in no time. Get money, flip bricks in no time. Dex tripping on a bitch, no time. Get money, get dollars, bruh. Scrooge McDuck, bang, don't misuse your luck. Fuck the income, I do it for the outcome. I'm in it for the long run. Think about it, then hit the weed and think about it. Like Gutter say, nigga, we gon' see about it. My nigga just got hit, I'm waiting on the word. I pray to God he pulled through for the family sake.
What's up?